It was her plan. Cory Vitiello leak: Meg still went to hotel with Rory Mcilroy while dating with HAZ. It turns out, Meghan Markle was skimming through bridal catalogues long before she linked up with Prince Harry. The 40-year-old's former psychic, Richard Wynne, says she planned to buy a wedding dress while dating her ex Cory Vitiello, he tells In Touch exclusively. When Meghan came to me, she was going to marry Cory, Richard says. She was very in love with him. When she came to me, it was more about her relationship with him. Richard explains Meghan and the celebrity chef had been together for a while at the time and things were progressing. I mean, she was really in love with Cory. She told me his mother and his sister were like family to her. The psychic also reveals some of the actress' aspirations. When she was coming to me, she was on Suits, but when she came to me she really wanted to do a cooking program with Cory, he continues. She was really planning on settling down with Cory. Although the psychic says her feelings for her former flame were strong, he saw her moving in a different direction. I always kept telling her that I saw her in London and I saw her with a lot of British people. She always told me she loved London and loved Brits, so I always told her, Meghan, you should go to London, and that's what she did. In other news, Meghan Markle flirted so hard with Rory Mcilroy that her boyfriend demanded to know whether she had cheated on him with the champion golfer, a new book claims. Mcilroy, now 33, first met Markle, now 40, after he unexpectedly nominated her for the Ice Bucket Challenge, and she insisted he come to her friend's apartment in New York City to dump the ice on her himself. The August 2014 encounter came just weeks after the Northern Irishman, then 25, won the Open Championship in Britain. Tom Bauer writes in his new book, Revenge, Meghan, Harry and the War Between the Windsors, which was released in the UK this week. Mcilroy had just split from his blonde fiancée, Danish tennis ace Caroline Wozniacki, and was reported to be chasing brunettes, Bauer writes. After Mcilroy and Markle posted the Ice Bucket Challenge video, which raised funds for motor neurone disease research, they enjoyed a drink at the Fitzpatrick Hotel, where the sportsman was staying. They were spotted by the hotel's owner, John Fitzpatrick, who invited them to join him at dinner with 20 pals at Cipriani that night. The following morning, Mcilroy arrived at Ridgewood Country Club, 30 miles away, to play in a new competition. Worse for wear: after a hectic night, he fell back to 101st place, Bauer writes. Nevertheless, he refused to sleep as usual near the golf course to be ready the following day. Instead, he drove back to New York to see Meghan. His performance suffered. I wasn't quite on my game, he confessed later. I was enjoying myself. Back home in Toronto at the end of the week with her boyfriend, chef Cory Vitiello, Markle gushed about the sports star on her now-defunct blog, The Tig. Ah yes. Rory Mcilroy. The Rory Mcilroy. Whispered, and shouted, to be the foremost golfer in the world, loved by Tiger, respected by Palmer, and dumper of frigid water onto my lone head for the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. That Rory Mcilroy. He is a force who has the propensity to actually work hard and play hard, relishing intense practices to substantiate his title, embracing nights of sipping. Opus 1, his bold and impressive choice of wine, and indulging in group dinners at Cipriani, for the balance, of course. And yet, beyond his work/play ethic, the most endearing quality of this man is his character, as real and honest as they come, appreciating a simple smile, never shunning a fan photo, enjoying a plate of pasta with veal ragu, and expressing a love for his parents that is rarely seen in men his age. Or at any age, to be honest. He is not just the real deal, he is real. And perhaps that is what makes him even more cherished. Bauer writes that Markle, then starring on Suits, was keen to use their close relationship to promote herself, adding, she encouraged the media to publish photographs of Mcilroy and herself. As she would later admit, she occasionally set up a paparazzi photo or let info slip out to the press. Asked by Vitiello whether she was having a relationship with Mcilroy, Markle insisted their time together was innocent, Bauer writes. He believed her. That same year, Markle used connections to snag a speaking slot at the One Young World Conference in Dublin, Bauer writes. Excited about her trip, she posted a message to an Irish friend of McIlroy, "Lock something down. I head out there October the 14th to the 17th. Have a wonderful night XMM," Bauer writes. Markle and her boyfriend flew in from Toronto in a net she'd paid for by McIlroy, sources told Bauer. On October 17th, Markle and McIlroy had dinner at swanky Dublin restaurant Fade Street Social. She was spotted looking smitten, gazing intently at McIlroy, by a newspaper gossip columnist, and Vitiello was annoyed. Again he challenged Meghan. Had there been an affair? He asked angrily. Emphatically, Meghan denied that she had betrayed him, Bauer writes. She said she and McIlroy were just friends and once more he believed her. Markle's agent called the newspaper for a correction and the following day, it printed a story about Markle and Vitiello, saying, "They're madly in love, the two of them were sewn at the hip the entire time they spent in Ireland." Meghan was relieved, Bauer concludes. The golfer was not her future, and Cory was still her Toronto facilitator.